Alright, so we're back in knife ability test, of course, and as I've mentioned in a previous video, we're going to be doing a review, of course, for the brand new flare gun, better said, the changed flare gun, and, oh yeah, I forgot about this, so yeah, we cannot use the VIP server, so in today's episode, we will have to do the review in a public server, but I'm pretty certain it's going to be possible, so let's just start. So there we go, we're back in knife ability test, and in today's video, like I've already mentioned, we're going to be using the flare gun, which has been recently changed with the recent update. It now only has 2 bullets, and to be honest, the flare gun is one of the most obnoxious sounding guns, which is why I haven't really used it so far. It is a little bit annoying, but I think we're just turn off the sounds for today's video and enjoy the silence. We're going to be using it with the ruby shard. I think it's just a very nice combo, but we won't actually see the ruby shard too often unless I'm going to use the knife itself, because the flare gun, regardless if you have the knife effect transfer game pass or not, the flare gun has always the same kill effect, so just keep that in mind. And we're going to be using the laser knife ability right here, so I think it's going to be quite an interesting video. By the way, thank you very much for the recent support, of course, on the channel. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for the recent support. So let's use the flare gun. As you can see, it now only has 2 bullets, and I think it's actually one of the only weapons which has 2 bullets, if not the only weapon that has 2 bullets, so very interesting. We have, of course, the R6 revolvers, which have 6 bullets, and the USPS, which also has 6 bullets. We have the AWPs with 10 bullets, and now we have the first weapon, I guess, with 2 bullets, so very interesting. I don't really see too much of a difference with it though, because it hasn't really received any other changes. I think maybe it's a little bit slower than before because revolvers have received somewhat a nerf in the recent updates, so I guess that's quite interesting. You can see the flare gun is still good. It's pretty much the same as it was before, only that you have to reload a little bit earlier. There's one thing I'm actually wondering about, if you have maybe now a faster reload with the flare gun. Not entirely sure about that because, well, they kind of gave it a nerf now with removing one of its bullets, which it previously had, so not entirely sure. Flare gun is going to receive some sort of compensation for that somewhat nerf, I guess we can call it. Regardless of that, I think now the animation makes a lot more sense because, well, he loads in 2 bullets, as you can see, and you have 2 bullets, so very nice. I can no longer make fun of the flare gun, but hey, we can still make fun of the 6 bullets revolver, of course, because that one still does not have 6 bullets, which is very interesting, to be honest. So let's just reload really quickly. There we go. And as you can see, it always has the same kill effect, even though I do have the kill effect transfer game pass, so quite interesting. Also, the brand new disrespect mechanic is actually quite interesting, especially if you use the shard knives, because now you can actually move the shards around with your knife, so I think that's quite hilarious. So all of the rectals now interact with the knives, of course. There's just one downside to this. Sometimes when someone is behind a rectal, you won't be able to hit them now because the rectal is going to interact with the knife, so I guess that's a little bit of a downside with that brand new feature, but other than that, it's still quite interesting. Also, I gotta say, we're doing quite alright. The flare gun, of course, is not the most competitive one. Definitely gotta say that because, well, it cannot shoot through walls, so it's not as good as the tactical. And there we go, we got another kill. Someone is using hyper beam, so let's just reload the beautiful flare gun in first person. Such a beautiful weapon though, I gotta say that. Flare gun is probably one of the nicer looking guns in the game and has probably one of the nicer animations, at least in my personal opinion. I really do like the animation of the flare gun. Someone is definitely behind us, and we unfortunately missed, so let's see, can we get them? Let's go for the same map, I guess. So yeah, is the flare gun worth now 1,400 gems? Because I didn't even mention this now. The flare gun has also received a price change, so it has received somewhat a nerf along all of the other revolvers in the game, and has also received a price change. It used to be between these two right here, Hitman's Ace and Golden Colt, and now it's right here. It's 1,400 gems now, instead of the normal 700, which it used to cost, so quite interesting, to be honest. Not entirely sure how to think about that so far, considering that you also lost one of its bullets, so I don't know. Not entirely sure what to think about this nerf. There we go, very nice. We got 2 kills right there, so pretty good so far, I would say. Let's just see where the other person is. They're right over there, and I think that's it. Nice. So yeah, we did manage to win right there. We didn't get any gems, so quite unfortunate. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be making some more knife ability test videos once again, because now, well, with the updates, I got also a lot more motivation for knife ability tests, so I think it's actually quite cool. And my friend joined. That's quite interesting. Hello there. So yeah, he's in the video now. Perfect. Anyways, so I think we're just gonna get a few more kills, of course, with the flare gun and just have some fun, I would say. Let's see, someone is right there. They're AFK. I feel quite bad for them. There you go, someone else. And let's see, someone is right over there. Very, very nice. We got them. And unfortunately, we were killed. So yeah, as I've already mentioned, flare gun is not as competitive, of course, as some of the other weapons in the game. And tactical is still definitely the better choice. It's also only 600 more gems, so you're better off buying the tactical, of course. Let's see if we can get my friend really quickly. And we got him with the flare gun. Very, very nice. So quite hilarious, to be honest. I would personally say the flare gun is now a little bit worse than before the update, of course, since now it has lost one bullet pretty much, has increased in price. I would not really recommend to buy the flare gun now. And also it's still as obnoxious as it was before, so yeah, still quite annoying. So yeah, there we go. That's the flare gun review, I guess. 2 bullets now, 1,400 gems for the price. I might be doing this for some of the other weapons as well, which have received some changes. So the Chaos Knife is an example, the Crescendo, of course. I think the Invisible Knife as well. So definitely going to be making some more videos about the shop items once again. And the flare gun, I would personally say, is not really worth the price tag of 1,400 gems. Of course, if you want to have all of the shop items, well, you will have to buy it anyways at one point. Considering that it lost one of its bullets, has also received, I guess, a slight nerf along with the other revolvers. Not entirely sure about that. I didn't really notice the change with this one so far. It kind of feels normal, I guess. But yeah, considering that there's definitely a lot better revolvers in the game, I think the flare gun is definitely not worth it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay hydrated. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.